The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I'm a big fish in a small pond, got my days free and the nights long. I create my own reality, who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be, who I am is fine with me. It's who I am, it's who I am, who I am is fine with me.
Hey everybody, it's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? We are coming to you live from New York City. I am here. Leo, our friend Leo Rodriguez, is in Idlewild, California, so he is coming to you live from there. We are going through Armed Radio, armeddigitalmedia.com, Armed Radio Global. Jim Bell is our producer and engineer, and he is in New Hampshire, so shout out to Jimmy. And shout out to our friends across the country. And if you are listening or watching, we are so happy you're here. Okay, we just got a little visitor here. Who do we have? Mandar. Oh my God. Wait a minute. May I just take a moment? Mandar, I have an apology to make. It was your birthday on June 24th. Mandar and Sergeant Sue have the same birthday, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
I was so taken by what happened on January 24th that I was like out of it. So I don't know if I properly said happy birthday, Mandar Chick Magnet, but we all want to, everybody blow out your candles now. It was Mandar's birthday, and we love you, Mandar. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mandar.
I owe you an empanada and a drink.
Oh,
he loves empanadas like we do.
I know he does.
I saw him in Empanada Mama, which is open 24 hours a day, by the way. I love that place. It's one of the only places left in New York that's open 24/7. So love you, Mandar. As a matter of fact, we need to hang out. I mean, June 24th, you mean in not January. Did I say January? You see, I told you I was out of it. June 24th, yeah. So I guess that makes you a Cancer by a sliver of a moon. And Sergeant Sue, our friend, we should have Sergeant Sue on the show soon.
Yeah, we should.
Again, and Carol Brooklyn, because they're both former NYPDs, and I'm sure they have much.
We should have a lot of woman power coming through the next couple
Yeah,
of
but
months.
also legal power. You know, here's the thing, and I'm not someone that I just think there's so many great people in this world, and so many of them are our friends. And so I don't feel like it's just women or men or gay or straight. I feel like we surround ourselves with amazing people. And that's my dream in the world anyway, to just everyone be so together as a group that it doesn't matter what you do, who you love, where you live, where you go to church. It doesn't matter. You know, we were talking about this week, about churches and stuff, you know, like I, as a kid, loved going to church. I went to Catholic school. I was happy. Mm-hmm. We sang in the folk mass. We sang in choruses. I felt loved. I didn't feel. We had the fathers and sisters, Franciscan fathers and sisters. They're very sweet. But you know, then there's other, you know, twists to a lot of different crazy things, and then things go awry.
I was the same way at church. You know, I mean, what? True or not true, myth, legend, or fact, the fact that somebody wants to give up their life to protect you and save you is a beautiful thing.
Right. Now, the problem is with that, and I mean, I have so many mixed feelings.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, this whole religion, state, you know, the separation of church and state is very, very important. Yes. I also believe that no one should tell anyone what to do with their bodies. And you know, like that's where it does separate. Like I wanted to say this. I feel it's very important to, like this, what they just, hold on. Sorry, babe. I just wanted to post this on, okay, share it, make sure it's shared. I feel like this doesn't just affect women. It affects a woman's right to choose in her body, absolutely 100%. But you, and we'll talk about this later on a little bit more, but you brought up it affects the child. It affects, I was talking to a lot of people at Brandy's this week, a lot of guys that are my customers, and it affects them too, because their decisions now as couples, as brothers, as co-workers, they the women that they love and respect, but it pulls everybody back to a time where we have fewer rights. What is that about? Why fewer rights? I don't understand.
How is that great again?
Right. Well, I'll tell you how it's great again from their perspective.
Well, yeah, from their perspective. But a lot of those people are preaching stuff and they ain't got the rocks to back it up.
Yep. Now, Andy Prasky, who's joined us, who we adore, Andy Prasky says childbirth affects men's lives too. Absolutely, 100%. Yes.
Most of the men I know came from childbirth.
Isn't that interesting? But no, I think about that. It's not just, you know what I mean? There's so many, it affects everybody's lives. And Leo, you had an amazing statistic. So will you tell us about the statistic that you had?
Well,
about children that are born into foster care, there's
the idea the other day about this issue came up, and the right person on the right, quote unquote, Republican right, religious right, however you want to call it, wrong. They mentioned adoption. Oh, we'll set up great adoption plans. And need I remind these people, abortion is legal, and there are still 153 million orphans in this world. There are still 423,997 children in foster care.
Right.
Last year, 20,445 of those children, adults, grew out of the foster care program.
Right.
That means 20,500 kids didn't have a family.
Right.
And may have grown up in foster care, may have never had a family. Where's those bitches right now saying, protect the child? How many children have they adopted? Right.
Well, that's the thing. This is very, very delicate. But I feel like what I'm going to try to do every week, and I know Leo is on board with me, is we're going to try to remind you that you do have choices in life, and that it's going to come down to voting in November, and always. Now, in the meantime, though, I do want to say hello. So Andy Prasky, Mandor, Marishi, of course, is here. We want to say happy birthday to Mandor. His birthday was a few days ago. Okay. Liz Goldenberg says, just got back to New York, listening in from cab from JFK. Liz, so nice to have you. Taylor Patty, who we love, she's one of our friends from Brandy. She's a great singer, and she works many Sunday nights with Michael Isaacs. David Slauson, hello, my friend. Hi, sweetheart. David, you're doing amazing things there in real estate. I see all your accolades. Incredible. Congratulations, sweetheart. Rena Krinyali-Bergy.
Weather girl.
My cousin from Massachusetts. Hello and happy Tuesday with a rainbow. Thank you, Rena. It's still Pride Month. Big hug.
Can I say it? Hi, cousin Rena. I'm just calling cousin. I feel like
Leo, you are family. You can call her cousin Rena. She loves you anyway. Let me tell you, if you and Rena hung out every day, forget about it.
Oh my goodness.
More laughter than we would know. All right, so here's what I want to do, or here's what we decided we'd do. We want to show you a video. So this month was Pride Month, and Rena, thank you for reminding us by placing that rainbow perfectly after Tuesday. It was Pride Month. Thank you. It was also Immigration Month. And something else. I'll think of it in a minute. But June is an amazing month. And it's also a lot more people get married in June than any other month. So it's a great month for marriages as well. Keith Torgan has joined us. So glad you're talking about this. Thank you, Keith. And Keith, I cannot thank you enough for the beautiful message that you sent me on Facebook. It literally brought tears to my eyes. Thank you, my friend. He's so sweet. And I do want to have Keith Torgan on again, because not only is he an amazing musician and songwriter, but he's also now an artist, and his work is phenomenal. And he's had an art show recently, so I do want Keith to zoom in soon. Okay. So as we're coming, what, honey? Did you?
I
Want
was
to say?
going to say just tonight, because tonight is so important. We're not only broadcasting on our YouTube, right? What's the Story with Maria YouTube? We're on What's the Story with Maria Facebook. We have Maria Gentili's page Facebook, my page Facebook, but also my show that relates to adoption. I Could Have Been Sheeta Moreno. We're coming from the Facebook page there, also from our Twitter page there, and on Facebook as well. So we've got 9 different platforms that we're going at, because tonight's really important.
Yeah, and
every night's important.
Please feel free. Hi, Catherine Salvio. She's in Florida. Hi, our friend. We love her. If you would like to ever share our show, you are more than welcome. Okay, so we have made a pact, Leo and I, and anyone else that usually comes on the show, that until November, well, we're always going to talk about, we really want to always, we're going to mention voting, how to register to vote. Make sure you get to the polls. We want to really encourage you to always vote. And listen, I do want to say this too, and this is so important. When we were growing up, we had friends that were Republican and Democrats and independents. Nobody cared. It wasn't like that at all. We all got along great, and whoever you voted for was your business. The world has changed drastically, and now we have to talk about it more. And a lot of things have changed, so our rights are in jeopardy. So think about what you're doing before you vote. So this is not to attack our Republican friends, because we do have friends that are Republicans that are lovely people, and independents that are lovely human beings, that are not attached to any of the craziness of the last few years. So I did want to say that. It's very important, because I am not about dividing. I'm over the division stuff, and I don't want to contribute to any of it. I want to be one of those people in the world that brings people together, not divides them. It's to me, it's not helpful. So, Leo, we have a video that we want to show that our friend Bobby Belfry wrote. It's one of the many wonderful songs that he's written, but a song that he wrote a few years ago about we'll have him tell. Why don't we play the video and then we'll bring Bobby on and he can talk about it.
Oh, get ready for a beautiful voice, my friends.
Oh, he's the best.
When things are not as they've always been, when things change, people change. It seems the forces of a reimagined past, the apple pie, red, white, and blue sky, they try to keep us numb, they try to keep us from knowing that life goes on, knowing that most things aren't at all what the fairy tales teach. They try not to hear the things we beseech. It's not only love, it's just love. It's not only love, it's just love. History proves that justice ain't free. The settled cost, we're here for those we've lost. Born from hatred, war, death, and disease, came our resolve, still our world revolved, as they try to keep us from the burden that would come from being who we are, from being a lonesome star in a universe of clones, tethered to a pulpit, occupied by drones. It's not only love, it's just love. It's not only love, it's just love. try to keep us numb. They try to keep us numb. However many marches, however many signs, however many books, however many lines, we stand, we stand, we stand, we stand, we stand, we stand. It's not only love, it's just love. It's not only love, it's just love. It's not only love, it's just love. No, no, it's not only love, it's just love.
Oh my God, that was so beautiful. I get teary every time.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Bobby Belfry, my sweetheart, my friend, my co-worker at Brandy's, and the guy I should never sit next to in class.
No way.
We are the worst.
Definitely.
Oh my God, we're so convincing. We're so convincing.
We're two old ladies behind that bar.
Totally.
She cries with a loaf of bread under her arms out loud.
I have to say, I witnessed you guys, and it is hilarious.
You can't stop laughing.
Yeah, then you throw a little Mario in there, and you guys are like...
I just channel my grandmother, my Sicilian grandmother.
I love it. I love it. And Lauren's with us on Saturday, John Bronson. Saturday night is just my favorite.
It's incredible.
night.
It's incredible.
All right, so Bobby, every time I see that video, I get so emotional.
Thank you.
Now, what is it like for you when you watch it? Do you?
It's it feels, I don't know, it's surreal, I guess. I don't know. When you hear your own music, is it like, I don't know, what is it like?
You know what? When I hear my own music, because I pour my heart into it like you do, we're very similar. In that I feel very moved, I think, by the fact that I completed the project.
Yeah.
And that what was in my head and my heart, the world gets to know. And I feel like that's what you did. Like the line that sticks in my head is, they try to keep us numb over and over. I'm like, I get chills. I have chills now. They try to keep us.
The song came from a moment in the 2016 election. It was Ted Cruz saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to reverse, gay marriage." And I was like, "What?" It was, "Are you kidding me?" And it was like, and I said, "This is, this is law. It's just law. It's the law. It's justice." And it grew from there.
And well, it's beautiful. I love that, and I also love the community aspect of it. Like the video, it's so many, all age groups.
Yeah,
it's just beautiful, and everybody's so happy. Like I was saying this on the mic this week. Like gay people are so much fun. Like why would we don't want to hurt anybody. We're not gangs. We're not trying to hurt anybody. We're not walking around with knives and we just want to be happy.
We're the coolest people.
We are, and we're just like literally harmless. Like we just want to have our lives. So that's
the world would be less colorful.
Oh, a lot. I mean, we know that, but I just feel like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
So that always blows me away. But I love the community aspect of it. Now, Bobby, you've written so many songs. So if people want to listen to your music,
they can stream me anywhere. You can stream me on Apple, Spotify, pretty much anywhere, on Amazon. I'm also in a documentary that was filmed. It actually came out about 10 years ago. It's called This Time, and it's on Prime Television. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay, This Time. And was that the one where you're the backup singer?
No, I was with the Sweet Inspirations. I was one of the. There you go. I was one of the subjects in this film, along with the Sweet Inspirations and soul singer Pat Hodges. And I got to be really good friends with one of the Sweet Inspirations. They were originally, Sweet Inspirations were Aretha's and Dionne Warwick's and Elvis's backup group. They sing on all those, Natural Woman and Son of a Preacher Man, and I'm like doing things with these women. It was like surreal. and they were so sweet and cool and fun.
Oh, how great is that? The Sweet Inspirations.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now I have to watch that.
It's Whitney's mama, Sissy, was in it also. She was originally a Sweet Inspiration.
Oh, wow.
And she's in the film.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Now, honey, you just did something Sunday. Was it Sunday at 54 Below?
Yeah, I did Sondheim Unplug. It was the 99th edition, the last one of the season. And it was so much fun. I did it along with Mark Lambert, who who has an original role in A Little Night Music, the original production. And his daughter played his wife's role in the revival that was out a few years ago. And she was incredible. Her name is Mallory, and what an amazing gift she is. Oh my God.
Wow.
What is Ramona Mallory? She's a sweetheart. Some people are just so gifted interpreting songs, and Jim Poulos, also amazing. You can see them acting from their back. You know what I mean?
No, well, that's what it is. When people, like you said, use the right word, channel. Some people do their vessels.
Yes.
For
I
like
think the best artists are, right?
I mean, the ones that I appreciate are vessels for that work. It's like for a higher work. I feel like
it's divinity. It's divinity.
It is divinity. No, I agree with you. It is divinity. And I think I was saying earlier to Leo that the sad thing to me about churches is that they have such potential to be places of community. Like that's where I started singing. I was 9 in a folk mass in my Catholic church, St. Leonard's in the north end of Boston. It was like that was my first singing experience, and I loved it. It was like where I learned so much. And there's so many churches that provide that for kids, and then how do they go from there to controlling things? I just feel like if churches that's one of the reasons I do like Pope Francis, I will say, because I feel like he's trying to do that, and just get so much resistance. But to me, spirituality is so important. There's a saying actually that says religion is for people who are afraid to go to hell. Spirituality is for those of us who have already been there. And I just love that. And I feel like as singers and as actors, I want to continue to plug, like you just said, that divinity, to be like a vessel for that message.
Yeah.
And just kind of drown them out and their control out.
Yeah.
Now, another reason why I wanted to have you on was because a lot of these decisions the decision that was passed the other day in the Supreme Court, or reversed, I should say, affects us because, of course, we have friends that are women. You have a daughter, though. I think about this. You have a daughter that who will not have the same rights as your mother and your sisters.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. So, and then you're also married to Matt, and you adopted Rosie. Rosie was in foster care, right?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, tell a little bit about that story. I know you've told it before, but...
Sure. Well, Matt, my husband and I we took foster care classes because you have to get certified and you have to learn, that it's the end game for fostering is reunification with the parent. And we just kind of wanted to figure out, how to whatever. So we did the class, and we had a couple of bites, I would say, for foster children, but it didn't work out. And then they brought Rosie in, and she was about 17 months old, and I've only had this experience 4 times in my life. They brought her in, and I knew this was my child, and I didn't care. Anybody said, "Oh, you're being naive. That's ridiculous. The goal is reunification." I just knew she was mine. I saw her eyes, and we went through hell because we had to prove that the mother was unfit because she was. She has 4 children that she's not raising. And we had a terrible caseworker. She hated us. She was homophobic, and she would threaten us all the time. We're going to take her tomorrow. I mean, I can't tell you how many times that happened where I thought I wasn't going to see her anymore. Where Matt would call me from my other job and say, "Look, they're going to take her today. If you want to say goodbye, you better come home now." So this is what we dealt with for 3 years. It was painful, but we knew that she was ours And the other times in my life that I knew was when I saw my husband for the first time, when I looked at our house, this house for the first time. I just knew, oh, this is it. Yeah. Even though there are obstacles, I knew it was it.
Yeah.
And it was hard and it was scary. And we had to raise a lot of money really quick. And we got an amazing lawyer. And just, you also have to kind of keep the faith in a way, you know, to connect to, you have to separate yourself from it or you go nuts.
Yeah.
You know? You have to kind of look at it more as a spectator, because there were times when I couldn't even look at her because it broke my heart that they were going to take her.
Wow, I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine someone taking my puppy. Like, I can't even imagine if it was a child.
And there were instances where, I used to have to take her to like visit her mother, right? And she would say, Daddy, are you taking me to Mommy's? I was like, yeah, honey. And she would start screaming and crying. No, I don't want to leave. And they would have visitation on Thanksgiving, and they would take her away from us. It was so painful. But here we are now, and we went through that war and whatever it was, and we don't want the Supreme Court to undo everything that we've been able to accomplish with our daughter, with our marriage.
I know, and that's one of the reasons I've been asking you to come on for a while now, and only because you have so much to offer and say, and you have so much going on. And also, may I just say this, my birthday was last month, and my very favorite present that I got, not that I need presents because I'm not a materialistic person, but I'm a sentimental person. This was my very favorite present that I got. It is a picture drawn by Bobby Belfry of Brandy's from an aerial view, and and he framed it for me and signed it. This is amazing. So, oh my God. I mean, I did show it on the day after my birthday, but I'm crazy about it, Bobby. And so you're also a visual artist.
Yep.
And how long have you been doing that?
Since I was a little baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you do that with Rosie as well, right? With your daughter.
Absolutely. Rosie, she's an artist. She sings. She's an athlete. I taught her how to throw a ball. I hear my dad's voice and it's, come on, throw the ball like this, with your 2 fingers,
Yeah.
And, she's gymnastics. She's great.
And I watch on Facebook. My God, she's so happy and she's just beautiful and like thriving, and how great is that? And I think about this is an example of this is my friend and his beautiful husband, who also is my friend, who I loved. Because I knew Matt before I knew you, because Matt was the stage manager at Tony and Tina's wedding. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
And so now, I mean, I love you both, but to think that my 2 friends who work so hard and love each other so much and love their baby so much, and all this crazy stuff is up for there he is. He's so cute.
Our wedding picture.
Oh, I love that. It's beautiful. And it's like, who does that really bother? Why does that ruffle feathers? Why
they want to own the libs, as they would say.
Yeah, the radical libs, which is like the most. It's like just there she is, Rosie. Oh my God! And I've always told you this. She looks like you.
She does. And she acts like me too.
Yeah, she's a diva for sure.
For sure.
I love it, but I really that's why I wanted to have you on. As I said, I wanted to have you on for so many reasons, but you just it was all these things. I'm like, that, all this stuff, Bobby Belfry. I kept thinking, Bobby Belfry, and it's really, really important. So she is beautiful, Rena, my cousin, and she's sassy and super smart and has the most love you could imagine. Anyone would envy Rosie's life.
Yeah.
Being loved by Matt and Bobby. So, I hope that people are out there that are listening that maybe do not think the way we do. And I'll tell you why. Because I am not someone that hates other people. My whole mantra has been don't hate, but educate. And I feel like if more people were educated, whether it's emotionally, socially, intellectually, they would feel differently. I think sometimes I see some of these people that are so radicalized, and I realize they don't have they don't have the tools that maybe some of us have. They don't know any better. It's like gang members almost. It's like when I worked in social work, when I first started working, I worked with gang members.
Wow.
And what these kids did was they were just trying desperately to find families, to recreate families and belong. So if you understand that as a social worker, that's what they're trying to do, then you can view them as humans and love them and then understand them. And that's all it was. They were just trying to belong. And so I just feel like if people could just start to open their hearts a little bit, stop listening to craziness, and start just trying to say, hey, you know what? Why would I hate that guy? Why would I hate that girl? Why would I?
Use the critical thinking.
Yes.
Well, it's the programming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just from the news. It's not just from the radio. It's from what they hear. Children will listen.
One of my favorite songs, Sondheim songs ever written.
And they emulate. That's how, they're so much like their parents at that age because they listen and they emulate. They want to be grown up.
Yeah. No child is born hating. A child doesn't know hate. They know love right away because they feel it. Or
they want it. They want cuddles.
Right. So, just so much stuff like that. Now, Bobby, you must have a million feelings about this, like all the stuff that's happening. How do you keep your head up, and how do you just go about your day and say it's gonna work out? How do you?
That's exactly how I get through it. Everything's gonna work out. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fine. I have no control over what's happening at this moment, but I have control over my thoughts.
Oh, it's true. It's true. And Leo, Leo actually did a whole show about this, which I directed. Leo, you're adopted.
Yep.
Right? So.
Yep. Chosen, as we like to call it.
Yeah.
Just like the Jews.
Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, for 40 years.
I know. But there's so many sides to this, but people should have choices. They should have choices.
Well, something that Bobby triggered me into thinking about my birth mom, 4 children. 4 children. I don't know why she carried them to term or, what she was thinking or doing. There are 2 other older siblings with my DNA out there that I've never met, don't know whatsoever. I was the 3rd one in that line for her sake.
Right.
This was in 60. This was, I was been impregnated. She would have been impregnated February, March of 1969.
Right. So it was before, because it was 72 that Rose was
it was 72. For whatever reason, she didn't have to. Not that I'm, there's a great idea that I have about adopted kids being taken to their maker at a point to ask them if they would go further with their life, and the Hamlet speech, to be or not to be.
Right.
From an adopted point of view, coming to that. And, how many of them, your daughter has beautiful parents. I've got great parents who, put me, and I'm a great worker and a loving person because of them. Right. No matter how crazy they drive me, I gave it back to them. So, that's a normal part about being adopted. You're still a family no matter what.
Right.
But how many of those other kids, how many of those 20,445 people that were in foster care that lived throughout their life, what about them? What about their moms?
Right.
They could have had a choice to not suffer. Not I'm saying that, some of them come out and there's many beautiful success stories about it, but there are people out there that suffered, that are triggered. If you go on Twitter and look up adopted folk and look up the research, there's a big underbelly, there's a big other side to the whole beautiful sunset picture that I've been attuned to in doing my research for the show, that I was turned on to and open to and thought about, these people didn't have it great. They were abused. They were neglected. They didn't want to be loved. They were in foster care or abusive homes,
Right.
I mean, we could all just stop having sex.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen. Anyway, I also, on that note, you need to go, Bobby. I don't know if you need. Okay.
He said I wasn't gonna have sex anymore. I'm like, I'm.
Yeah. All right. So
Check, please.
I want to bring up a few things. So people will do what people will do, and people will think what they will think. But people in power they're going to make decisions that are going to affect millions and hundreds of millions of us. So what can we do? I've been hearing this over and over and over again, and it really bothers me. Well, there's nothing I can do. Or, does it matter? My vote doesn't matter. This bothers me deeply. My vote doesn't matter. That is so far from the truth. Now, speaking of, you made me think of it, Leo, because when you said programming. We have been programmed now in the last 4 or 5 years to believe, whether it's subconsciously or not, that we do not have a voice and our vote doesn't matter, or even if we did vote, it doesn't get recorded, or whatever it is. Your vote always matters. Always. My mother was from Italy. My whole family's from Italy. They all became citizens right away. They went to night school, learned to speak English, became citizens, and my mother never missed one single election, not one. At the end of her life, she was in a wheelchair. She had cancer. And she didn't miss an election. So I always say there is no reason to miss an election.
Yeah.
Now, you might be embarrassed to say you've never voted. You don't know how. Don't worry. You just go, just Google, register, whatever your state is, to register. You will get a form. You can do it online. You can do it in person. You can print it out. Liz has posted all this stuff. So Liz always posts cool stuff. And also, Joe Cangelosi sent me something. Okay. So Joe Cangelosi said that a really Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams is doing amazing work, right, in Georgia. And this is the website that fight. Hold on a second. I don't want to get it wrong. So Joe sent me this. It's fairfight.com. And what this is a website for voting rights. You should check that out. He says, and Joe Cangelosi is our friend who really knows a lot about voting rights. He said that she will explain your rights there. It's the best website, the best person to talk to. So fairfight.com. And that is Stacey Abrams' website. Another website that I do want to talk about, and I talk about often on this show. Judy has joined us. Hi, honey bunny. Democratic states make it so easy to register. Thank you. The Democratic states make it so easy to register. The red states make it a little harder. But either way, wherever you are, register and vote. Thank you, honey. Thank you for saying that. Yes. Okay. And I was very hopeful today because I skip around to all the different channels because I want to see what everybody's saying, and I like to give everybody a chance. Of course, my preferred is MSNBC, of course. That I love them the best. But I do like to give everybody a chance, including the ABC, CBS. And I felt a little hopeful today because Fox News was interviewing people in Utah for the Republican primary, and every single person, they were all women, and they all said that even though they will vote Republican because they are Republicans, they were not voting for Ron Lee this time because he stood by the insurrection, and they didn't believe that was a good thing. And I swear to God, I said, wow, I have hope. Like there's hope. People are.
Yeah, it's starting to crack.
It is. Thank you. That's exactly it. Okay, another thing. Thank you, Leo, for posting that. Fairfight.com. This is called postcards to swing states. It's my favorite thing that I do. I used to donate to Act Blue on a monthly basis. Now what I do instead, although I still do that sometimes, Stacey Abrams always gets $10, $20, whatever I can afford that week. But postcards to swing states, what is that? Yes, turnout pack. Thank you, Leo. So what they do is you let them know how many postcards you can. They do it in bulks of 100. So this is 100. I always order 200. They send you the postcards free, and they send you a list of Democrats, registered Democrats, to mail them to. And you write a little note in the back, like very simple things like, hey, don't forget to get your family and friends to the polls. And they give you the dates for every state. I always put down, they ask you what state you want. And I always answer back, whatever state needs the most help. And wherever my services would be of
most value.
Yeah, thank you. And they sent me Georgia this time. Last time they sent me, New Jersey, believe it or not, because because it was the governor's race, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, Jersey?
Yeah,
but it was close between. Remember from Murphy and the other. It was like a razor thin margin. And you know what? I felt really good that I sent 200 postcards out.
Yeah.
So this time it's Georgia. So whatever it is, this is another great thing you can do. The postcards are free. The stamps you have to pay for. But this is the way I look at it. Rather than donate $100 or whatever, I'll buy stamps. That way I'm donating to my government as well and the Postal Service, which I love. And my cousin Rena's husband works for the Postal Service. So doing that, and I feel like somebody's going to get my card in the mail and be like, oh, yeah, right, let me get to the polls. So, now, Bobby, how old were you when you first voted?
I voted for Clinton in the Clinton-Bush, and I was 26.
Okay. And that was your first time you voted, right?
Yeah.
And Leo, do you remember the first time you voted?
18, baby.
Wow.
18. I wasn't gonna.
See, when I was 18, I didn't think that it was Reagan, and it was like horrible. They didn't care about what's happening to AIDS, and I was like, they don't care about me. Why should I vote?
Okay, so I voted when I was 18 as well, because my mother was and my dad, but my mother especially was very involved in the Democrat and getting signatures for Democrats. She was amazing. My mother was very political. Now, here's my question. So how do we reach these 18-year-olds? Because I just recently read that between 18 and 30, only 31% of them vote. 31%.
That's nuts.
I know. So how do we engage them? How do we tell them your vote matters?
We show them what their future will look like if they don't vote.
It's the same reason that you voted when you were 26. It's, a lot of people at that time, they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about...
And also, I was around the right people who educated me.
Right.
I was in a play, and they were all talking about, we have to get rid of Bush. Can't have him another, there's not going to be any research for AIDS. There's not going to be this. There's not going to be that. And Clinton came in, and he made everything better.
Right.
Things improved. He wasn't perfect. He's not supposed to be.
Right.
But he actually did the right thing by us.
Yeah.
People are living with AIDS now. They're not dead.
Right. So whatever speaks to you, but there's so many issues on the table now. So many issues.
Well, if we took away TikTok, ban TikTok,
people would freak out, right?
They would freak out. Oh my God, where's my senator? I want it now. You
know what? Speaking of TikTok, because I'm not a TikTok person, Judy is, and she shows me a lot of these really great videos, and some of them are funny, and some of them are really cool. But you know what I was thinking? Instagram, Facebook, all this stuff. If a bunch of influencers, people that have followings, just took a moment here and there to say, "Hey guys, I know we're having fun. Don't forget to vote," and in their bio, put the link for some of this stuff, because kids listen to influencers. They listen to pop stars. They listen, the Harry Styles. Although Harry Styles, I think, is British, but even he said that he couldn't believe what was happening in
Olivia Rodrigo. Did you see that?
No, what did she do?
She was calling out the Supreme Court. She was with all expletives. It was everywhere.
Oh, okay, good.
She and Lily, what's Lily, the British girl? She did this from England.
Wow.
But, and she was calling out the Supreme Court. Now, that kid has the ear of all the 18-year-olds.
That's it. You know who was really great with that for the last election? Taylor Swift.
Yes.
That we need more of that. But for us, I feel like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the page again. For us, because sometimes people write things and I can't see them on this page, but I can see them on my show page. If more people close to their ages, I think, started saying things.
Blackberry Festival saw her lash out against
this is the
Supreme
Olivia
Court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. Amy Kenai Barrett and Brett Kavanaugh.
Oh,
We hate you. We hate you. She brought out British singer Lily Allen and performed the song Fuck You. This is my first Glastonbury, and I'm sharing this stage with Lily. This is the biggest dream.
Wow. Okay.
I love her.
Yeah, I love her too. And we need people that their ages to speak to them and get people. It's so easy. So, like Judy was saying, they make it easy. You just go online and you can find it. And get involved. Like, make sure you vote in every election, no matter how small you think it is. Like,
Did you vote today?
I did. I did vote today. Yeah. And I'll vote again. There's another primary August. I want to say August 23rd. I'll recheck that. But for our congressman,
Right.
it's super important. And if you don't know enough, just educate yourself. If you want help, I'll help you. Like, just reach out to me on Facebook, and I'll send you places. I'll send you links. I'm happy to do it.
Every vote is like a brick in Clarence Thomas's face.
Yeah.
Well,
Every vote.
You know what? I am not even going to go to that place because I want to go to the more positive place. And I understand that. I mean, I feel rage too. I get it.
I'm the Sagittarian. You know me.
No,
That's
I
why
know. I
the
know.
Gemini calms me down.
But what I'm saying is, don't even. He's one person. Okay.
Well, then the other's four of them.
He's in a world of trouble. I mean,
I know.
it's about to hit him.
Right, and there's five of them that. But here's my thing. Rather than, and I do feel a lot of negative feelings towards them. I won't lie, but what I feel like is that's five people that decided what will affect hundreds of millions of lives.
Crazy.
So you say, well, I can't vote for Supreme Justices, but guess what? You can vote for presidents that will appoint the right ones.
Two of those people who made this law have been accused of sexual assault.
Right. So Clarence Thomas and Brett Kavanaugh. Yeah. How crazy is that? I mean,
I will say Amy Coney Barrett, I will say, has adopted many children. She has put some foot forward in what I believe somebody to have a point of view. Though she has no right to tell anybody what
they
to do.
Lied under oath. She lied under oath.
That's what Susan Collins said too. But you know what? That's a perfect example. I do believe someone like a Susan Collins, your Senate vote, thank you, Liz Goldenberg, your Senate vote decides Supreme Court justice. So check out your senators, and check out people that, if people are saying they're pro-life versus pro-choice, listen to that. Now, let's be clear, because maybe some people don't know what that is. Pro-life means that you are anti-abortion. Pro-choice means you are for. Nobody is for.
I don't think
right to choose.
It's for the right to choose.
So that's
and whether you have an abortion or not, it's up to you and whoever you decide. That's all it is.
Your parent, whoever makes that decision with you. Maybe it's just you. I think about this all the time. Like, imagine how many young girls get pregnant, or they haven't even graduated from high school. They used to be able to at least talk to someone and maybe go and, now they can't. How do you just disappear and go out of state and get an abortion when you're 17 or 18? You can't just do that.
You can't.
It's going to be like we're back in the 1800s.
Right.
Oh, she went to go visit Aunt August for 2 years in, somewhere else in BFE. And now she's back again. Oh, but look, she found an orphan.
Right. I know. So there's a lot of stuff like that. That's all. I'm trying to stay positive and not too heavy, but I got to tell you, I think everybody's freaked the hell out. And then what's next? But if they're taking women's rights away, then the rest of us, forget about it. We're doing nothing, because women are the salt of the earth. They're
and the majority.
And the majority. So if every woman voted, if every young person voted, we would have, our lives would be very different.
Very.
Get off.
Can't skip any election anymore.
No.
We don't have the luxury of that.
And help each other out. And you know what my cousin Marisa does, which I think is great? When her kids were around 18-ish, she made sure they were all registered. She also made sure that their friends were registered, and that she drove them to the polls. She said, "Come on, you guys, we're all going to go vote." And she a carload of them, and they went, and then they went out for pizza. it became a thing.
Yeah.
You know, and then they're older, they're in their 20s, and they're helping their friends, and one of them works in social work, and she helps her younger people do that. So, you know,
well, most countries,
we are all Liz just said, we are all pro-life. Nobody is pro-abortion. We are pro-life and pro-choice. The religious right co-opted that label, right? Mm-hmm. So my senior thesis was on the statue, the statue
of a fetus.
Of a person.
Wow.
Very, very nice. Yeah, Liz is cool. So, you know, just that's all. Don't hate, educate. That's my mantra. And try not to take things personally when people say stupid things. But remember that you can, if people have a choice to vote and they feel good about it. Like today I went and voted, I put my little sticker on, and I felt great. And I thanked all the poll workers because these are people that are helping us. Just let's not forget about that. Okay, where are we at for time? We have 8 minutes. I want to do our food. You know.
Oh my goodness! All this talk about election makes me hungry.
I know. So I'm still on the keto. I'm trying. What did I make tonight? Andouille chicken sausage. Bobby, you're a vegetarian. I'm sorry. And here I have peas, onions, red peppers, and I cooked it in a. Because I always forget what I put in there when I'm cooking it. So this has balsamic glaze. So I took a balsamic glaze, put it on the onions and the peppers, put garlic in there, porcini mushroom oil, which is like a mushroom, delicious.
Yeah, earthy.
Does it make it richer? Does it make it richer? The sauce? Okay.
Yeah, and sherry, just a drop of sherry, like when it's really hot, psst. And so that you don't have to feel deprived. You can have delicious flavors. I just can't have rice with that or bread, but that's okay. What did I make for salad? Tonight my salad is romaine dressing with baby cucumbers, with red onion, peaches.
That's what I thought.
Peaches for Georgia, because Georgia is one state that I'm sending postcards to.
Georgia, on my mind.
Love Stacey Abrams. Actually, Judy, my honey, has an incredible painting of Bobby, you would love it. I'm going to take a picture of it, of Stacey Abrams that she had commissioned.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. And,
is that feta cheese?
Yes, and feta cheese. Thank you. So I'm going to put a very simple Sicilian lemon, Sicilian lemon vinegar, and just an olive oil from Italy on that. That's going to be, and dill. There's dill on here too.
Ooh, I love dill.
Wow. That sounds amazing.
Biggest challenge with keto. But I have peanut butter keto cups, and they're actually pretty good. I get them at Whole Foods. So that's my creative thing. So, okay.
Hey, Maria, I saw this on the Facebook. I thought maybe we should. It's a good way to.
Right. So it says, get an abortion or don't. Be gay, be straight, be transgender, believe in God, be an atheist. I am pro leave people alone. I'm pro respect people. Even if you disagree with them, I'm pro supporting families and friends. I'm pro mind your own damn business. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And you know, like what I've heard this said before, and I agree with it. If you don't agree with gay marriage, don't marry a gay person.
Yeah, right.
If you don't agree with abortion, don't get one. You know, nobody is asking you to do anything that's against what you believe, but just let other people have their lives. And I think, you know, and here's my biggest beef. Stop hijacking God and using it for your reasons. God belongs to everybody, whatever you believe God is. I mean, in AA, they say the God of my understanding. And I've always loved that.
Oh, I love that.
The God of my understanding, whatever that is, it doesn't matter. It could be the moon. It could be the earth. It could be the church you go to. It doesn't matter. So the God of my understanding says that I am a lovable, good person, and I'm gonna. You all are, and that we should just keep loving each other and just keep believing in things, and not worry, because worry makes me crazy. You know, it dwarfs all my hope.
Yeah.
And I don't want to feel that way. That's why I'm trying to put hope out there every week. So if anybody has stuff you want to send to me, links for voting, links for getting especially younger people out to vote. My generation, the oldies, we always vote. We don't miss elections. And you guys are much younger than me, but your generation tends to vote Let's get those younger people registered and out there. Okay? All right.
I mean, it used to be such a rite of passage at 18 to be able to get out there to register to vote. Well, and also you had to register for the draft, which was also at the same time.
Scary.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's still there, but you know, it's just a rite of passage to be able to voice your opinion for it.
I do want to shout out my God, my cousin Gina Savino's watching. Leo,
what? Gina Savino.
Gina, call me. We'll talk about that hua.
You would love Gina. She's a hairdresser. She's funny as hell, and she's beautiful. I love my cousin Gina.
We haven't applied for Gina Savino in a long time.
I know, because I think she enjoys her sister. They have a hair salon. They work on Tuesday nights, I think. They used to watch our show all the time.
I wish they would play. I hope they play.
I love you, Gina. I love you, and I miss you, honey. I can't wait to see you. Also, Jackie Fornatel has joined us.
I love
Jackie. You know Jackie, right?
Of course.
She's wonderful. Darcy Blakesley is watching from California. We adore Darcy. So let's put that out into the universe. I do not want to feel hate for other people. I want to feel love, and I want to ripple that out into the world. Let's start sending, because I'm starting to feel hopeful. I really am. And I feel like if we try to love each other a little bit back to life, we're going to be on the right track again.
Absolutely.
Okay. What do you want to end with, Bobby? What do you want to sign off with, my beautiful friend?
Just to thank you so much for being you, and for just spreading so much goodness into the world. That's your purpose, and that's what you do with every breath. And I really appreciate you. You inspire me so much. You too, Leo, of course. And I get to see you once a week. What a blessing I have, right? To see my friend and to sing with you and to laugh at people.
I know. Oh my God! If anyone could hear us behind that bar, we have so much fun, and that's what it's about. It's about having fun in life and loving our friends and loving our family. Leo, what do you want to leave us with, my love?
Get out there and vote. The power is in your hands, but you got to do it. You got to use it right.
Yeah.
Get off your butt, make a choice, do it.
Yeah.
And inspire someone. And you know, one thing I want to say, because I hear this from young people quite a bit. Well, someone else will take care of that. You know what? I just keep thinking someone else will take care of that. And I think, well, aren't you a somebody? You're someone, right? What's the opposite of a someone? A nobody. So if you don't vote, you're nobody. Like,
if you think your vote doesn't count, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count, then you don't exist. But one of the thrills of my life when I watch an election is looking at all those numbers change, and I think I'm one of those numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me. I was there today. I voted, and I brought up that number. So take your rights back. Let's be safe. Let's love each other. And
be informed.
Like we're going to be okay. I love you guys. We love our listeners.
Thank you so much, Maria.
And we'll see you next week, every Tuesday. And Brandon, Saturday night.
Happy Pride.
Bye,
Happy Pride. And ending.